These easy fritters are bursting with crunchy sweet corn. Serve them as an appetizer or with a salad for the perfect light meal. Start by making the batter for the fritters. It's very simple, just flour, egg and milk. In a large size bowl that's big enough to fit all of the fillings for the fritters, measure out a cup of flour. I'm using white flour here, but if you want to make these a little more on the healthier side, definitely go for whole wheat. They'll taste just as good, but will be packed with more fibre. To the flour, crack in 2 medium-sized free-range eggs and add a splash of milk. You'll need around 1/4 cup, but I like to pour in a little at a time, mixing in between to get the right consistency. You want the mixture to be very thick so it holds the fritters together and doesn't spread while cooking. If it's a little lumpy, don't worry too much, just mix long enough to incorporate all the ingredients together. If you would like the full recipe for these corn fritters, it will be on my website, as well as the full measurements listed in the information box below. Let me know if you're going to try this recipe. It's one of my favourite meatless Monday options. Serve with a salad and a poached egg on top. To the batter, add the most important ingredient, the corn. You can use fresh, frozen or canned here, whatever is easiest. I'm using canned, which I've drained. If you're using frozen, just let the corn come up to room temperature before using. These fritters are pretty versatile, so you can add anything you would like. I'm using half of a red pepper or capsicum, but you could substitute chili here if you would prefer the heat. For me, it's usually whatever I have on hand, and today that was a red pepper, as I'll be saving the chili for the dipping sauce. Remove the seeds and dice up into small pieces, similar to the size of the corn, with a sharp knife. Let me know in the comments below what other vegetarian or meatless Monday recipes you would love to see here on my channel. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll have a playlist link so you don't miss out on any. Add the red pepper to the bowl with the corn. These fritters need to be packed with flavour and freshness, and the best ingredient for that is coriander or cilantro. Run your knife through a handful using the stalks as well as the leaves, as that's usually where most of the flavour lies. Alternatively, if you don't like coriander, substitute for some flat leaf parsley. Scoop up the herb with your knife and add to the bowl. That's all of the vegetables or fresh ingredients I'm using for the fritters. I like to keep them simple, but you can also add other ingredients like onion or spring onion, zucchini or courgette, or even spinach. Cut the lime in half and squeeze the juice into the bowl, catching any pips with your hand. If you don't have limes on hand, lemon also works just as well. A quick tip to get more of the juice out of your citrus, roll it on a hard surface like a chopping board before slicing it in half. Corn is savoury, but it has an incredible sweet flavour. To help bring that out, I'm adding about a tablespoon of honey. Alternatively, you can use maple syrup or just leave it out, but I think it gives a great flavour. Lastly, season well with salt and pepper. Your fritters will taste extremely bland without it, and add some smoked paprika and chili powder. If you used chili earlier, you won't need any chili powder unless you really want some heat. Using a wooden spoon, mix the batter together until well combined. The fritter batter should end up looking less like batter and more like corn, which is exactly what you want. There's nothing worse than a doughy corn fritter. Heat up a heavy base fry pan like a cast iron skillet over medium heat and add about a tablespoon of oil. Use a measuring cup to scoop up the batter and pour into the pan. I'm using about half of a cup, which makes pretty large fritters, so if you would prefer bite-sized, use a quarter cup. The fritters will need about 3 to 4 minutes on each side. You'll know they are ready to flip when the tops have started to set. While the corn fritters are cooking, I'm getting started on the dipping sauce. Measure out half a cup of yogurt into a small bowl. I like to use Greek yogurt as it's thicker, but natural plain yogurt will work too. Using a sharp knife, dice up half of a red chilli, removing the seeds first if you don't like the heat. I don't find the chili too hot here, as the yogurt instantly cools it down. Add the chili to the bowl and run your knife through a small amount of coriander or cilantro. The dipping sauce mimics most of the flavours from the fritters, which makes it pair perfectly. Finally, add a squeeze of lime and give the sauce a quick mix until evenly combined. Flip the fritters and cook for another 3 to 4 minutes and repeat with the remaining batter. These fritters freeze and reheat well, so they're perfect for lunches or leftovers. Serve the fritters with the yogurt dipping sauce, coriander and a squeeze of lime. They also go so well with a poached egg or a side salad. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed this recipe and I will see you in my next video.